Hello students, welcome to the business law session for B.B.A 5th semester. So in our previous class we had completed the contract of indemnity and guarantee, the first two specific contracts. Now we move to the next one, contract of bailment, and along with that we have to study pledge, bailment and pledge together. So third and fourth specific contracts, fifth will be agency. So today we will start with the contract of bailment. So that is here the next contract what we have got. Section 148 of the Indian Contract Act gives the definition of the bailment. The definition of the bailment has been given. Delivery of goods. So this is the first one. The delivery of the goods by one person to another. So usually in contract you find two persons. Here one person delivers the goods to another person. So delivery of goods for some purpose. This is the second aspect you have to know. For some purpose, upon a contract or a condition that they shall, when purpose accomplished, when purpose accomplished, be returned. It will be returned or otherwise disposed of according to the directions of person delivering them. This is the definition, and I have just marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the most important elements of the bailment. So delivery of the goods by one person to another, for some purpose on a condition that they shall be returned when the purpose is accomplished or disposed of as per the directions by the person delivering them. So this is what is meant by the contract of bailment. So it is also a contract. We call it as the contract of the bailment. So when we use the word contract of bailment, first remember here that they should fulfill all the conditions, essential elements of valid contract laid down in section 10. So you have to read this definition along with the section 10. Section 148 read along with section 10 of the Indian Contract Act, which gives the elements of the valid contract. The important elements of the valid contract are mentioned in section 10. So that should be fulfilled here. So now we will analyze this by taking some examples. So usually you will have mainly here two persons in the contract. Here by name X and Y we will take. X and Y. So two persons will be there. Delivery of the goods by one person to another. By one to another person. So X delivers here certain goods to Y. Here the delivery of the goods is there from X to Y. So for example, X has mainly delivered his car to Y, the garage person here for service. He has delivered it to the garage person for service. Y is owning a garage and X has given his car for service for here mainly some purpose. So the purpose may be anything. For some purpose it is given. So here X mainly hands over his car to Y. Here who is the owner of garage for the service. So he is delivering the goods. So one thing should be remembered, the goods must be only movable goods. The goods that are there, only movable goods, not immovable goods. You cannot take land, house here. The immovable goods. Immovable goods means which are here attached to the earth, the surface of the earth. So they are immovable. You cannot here mainly make it a subject matter. So the subject matter will be goods, and that too only movable goods. It may be furnitures, it may be TV, it may be bicycle, it may be car. Here anything, goods, groceries, anything it may be, but it should be movable goods, not immovable goods. So this is the first delivery of movable goods only by one person to another. So I told you X has delivered his car to Y for the service purpose. So some purpose is for service, he has mainly delivered the car for service here. Upon a condition or upon a contract that they shall be when purpose accomplished. So when Y completes his mainly the service of the car. So condition is that he has to service it and he has to return back it to X or the person who has delivered. So that they shall when purpose accomplished here be returned. It will be given back. It will be given back. So that is what is mainly we call it as here returning back. Purpose is accomplished. Purpose must be accomplished and it should be returned back. Or disposed of according to the directions of the person delivering the goods. So either it should be returned back, that is one condition, or it can be disposed of to the person whom it is delivered. He can dispose it of as per the directions of the person delivering it. So this is here. Mainly for example, X has told it to Y to service the here car, and if he gets here a good customer here who is ready to pay 2 lakhs of rupees, he can dispose of the car. He has given a directions to X. So X has got the right to dispose it if that said amount is given. Here mainly as per the directions of the person delivering them. So X has given the directions to Y to dispose of the car. After service, dispose it of to the maximum of here 2 lakhs rupees if it comes. So that is mainly it can be disposed of as per the directions of the X. So this is the mainly contract of the bailment. Remember, the ownership of the goods will be remaining with the person who is delivering it. It is not here mainly here passed to the another person. So only for temporary period the goods possession is given. So ownership of the goods is with the person delivering it. So the person who delivers the goods is called as the bailor. The person who delivers the goods. So in this case, X is a bailor. He has delivered the car to Y for service. He is called as a bailor. And the person receiving the goods is a bailee. So Y here is the bailee. So bailor and the bailee, the two persons, we name it as a bailor and the bailee. Bailor is a person, you can get 2 marks. So who is a bailor? Bailor is a person here who delivers the goods in the contract of bailment. And to the person whom it is delivered is called as the bailee, or the person who receives the goods is called as the bailee there. So that is for some purpose he has received. You can take any example here. For this is one example I gave. For example, you give your mainly the cloth to a tailor to stitch it into a shirt. So it is a contract of bailment. You are entering into a contract of bailment. When the purpose is accomplished, that is the tailor stitched it and you are taking it here back. It should be returned to you. He will mainly contact you, or he will be giving a date that you should take the delivery there. So on payment of whatever charges is there, you have to take the delivery. So that is ownership of that cloth is, or the shirt is with you, or the car is with you. Yeah, the ownership is not transferred in bailment. The bailment, the goods ownership is with the bailor only. It is not transferred to the bailee. Bailee will not become the owner there. He is for temporary period holding the possession of the goods. So the possession, delivery of the goods may be here actual delivery you can take, or it is also called as a constructive delivery. So constructive delivery means as if you are mainly putting the bailee in the possession of the goods. In the possession of the goods you are putting it. But actually you are not handing over the goods, you are here mainly here putting him into the possession of the goods. For example, take the same example, X here car has mainly stuck up, and it is there is some technical problem, and it is stopped, and it is not going to start, and it is in the middle of the the road. So X leaves the car at the side of the road, and he comes to Y, the service garage, and hands over the key and says that the car has been stopped here, and just repair it and deliver it. So he is putting it to the possession of the goods. He is handing over the key, but actually the car is not handed over. Here in the first case he has handed over the car, but in second case he is putting the Bailey in the possession of the goods, means the car key he is handing over, that it has stopped so at so place, it is not starting, just to look into the problem what it is. So that is a contract of bailment. So it may be actual delivery can take place, or it may be constructive delivery. Constructive delivery means here not actual delivery, but as if it is as good as that the Bailey has come into the possession of the goods. That is here mainly. So for some purpose, it may be any purpose, but remember it should not be here delivering the goods as a security for the debt. As a security for the debt, it becomes pledge. So leaving that, you can take any purpose the delivery can take place. If for any purpose you can give it. So that is what here purpose, but not as a security for the debt. You cannot deliver the goods as a security to the debt. So if that is the case, you are delivering the goods as a security to the debt, then it is a pledge. You cannot call it as a bailment. So that is the basic difference between the pledge and the bailment, which we are going to study here. The next, that is pledge. So that is here mainly some purpose. Some purpose, it may be any purpose, but not as a security for the debt. Leaving that for any purpose. Think that delivery of the goods must be there. It must be movable goods. Ownership is not transferred. The person delivering it is called as a bailor. Person receiving it is bailey. For some purpose it is. Here, and once the purpose is accomplished, it should be returned back. Once the purpose is, for example, you have given your gold ornaments to the goldsmith for polishing. So once the purpose is accomplished, it should be returned, and you will be paying the charges, labor charges there. Like this, here the examples in day to day, here example you will be entering into the contract of bailment there, cautiously or unconsciously. Knowingly or unknowingly, you will be entering into a contract there to be returned, or otherwise according to the directions of the bailor, the bailey can dispose of the goods, whatever directions he has given. So this is what you mean by the contract of bailment. And the bailment may be gratuitous bailment or non-gratuitous bailment. Gratuitous bailment means where the bailment is here with not with the intention to gain something, with not intention expecting something in return. No, it is not so. Non-gratuitous is expecting something in return. For example, X and Y are friends, and X gives his car to Y here for 1 week because of a function in the house of Y. For 1 week he has given the car to Y there. Here, but he is not expecting anything in return from Y. He is not charging any higher charges are there. So it is out in friendship, out of here mainly the friendship he has given that here. It is called as a gratuitous bailment. Delivery of the goods is there, for some purpose is there, on a condition that when purpose is accomplished, it will be returned back. But here it is a gratuitous bailment, nothing is expected in return. But same case where X has delivered it to Y, who is a garage owner for service, you are paying for the labor charges of that garage person. So who has done the service, you are paying it here. So such bailment are called as non-gratuitous. Gratuitous bailment, non-gratuitous bailment. Bailment may be here of 2 types. That is gratuitous bailment and non-gratuitous bailment. So this is what is mainly a bailment means. So day to day, here mainly you are entering into here a contract of bailment. Knowingly or unknowingly you will be entering. For example, you are entering a KSRTC bus to move from Vidyagiri to here the bus stand. So when you enter the bus, you have to pay the transit charges. You will not ask here what actually is it a free service or anything. When you enter, you should pay the transit charge. You are entering into a contract of bailment there. The transit is there. You are mainly here this such mainly the things knowingly, unknowingly we will be entering into a contract. So for example, your friend here mainly is absent for the class. So you deliver the book. Here the notes book, whatever was there, you deliver it to him on a condition that it will be returned in the morning. So in the night he has to take down the notes of what was dictated in the class here in his absence. So that is a contract of bailment, but it is a here gratuitous bailment. So like this we come across. There are a variety of examples for the bailment. Bailment in day-to-day life we come across, you are one way or the other you are entering into a contract of bailment, where it is may be gratuitous or may be non-gratuitous. For example, your friend asks your vehicle to go to the market, so you hand over that. You are not expecting anything in return, so it is gratuitous bailment. But same here, when you take an auto and go to your market, you are hiring the auto and you have to pay the charges. It is mainly what we find a non-gratuitous. So like this, non-gratuitous bailment and gratuitous bailments. So two types of bailments you will be having there. And if the bailor says that instead of returning the goods, you can dispose of the goods as per his directions. Whatever directions he gives, you can dispose of those goods. Otherwise, here the bailee has to return the goods there. So this is what is meant by the contract of bailment. You can expect 2 marks questions here. Like what is bailment? Like who is a bailor? Who is a bailee? What is gratuitous bailment? What are non-gratuitous bailment? These are all 2 marks questions from your examination point of view. Do remember these. So in your examination you may get the question, define bailment here and state the rights and duties of the bailor. Define bailment or rights and duties of a bailee. You can get any type of question there. So that is the next one which we are taking. The rights and duties of the bailor first we will discuss. Bailor is a person who delivering the goods. And what are the rights and duties of a bailee who has received those, mainly the goods. So this will be the next one we will be discussing. This is the meaning and the definition and the types of the bailment what we have got. Section 148 of the Indian Contract Act has given the definition of this bailment. So keeping this in here our mind. So next class I will be discussing rights and duties of a bailor. So first we will give the definition here, mainly the meaning of a bailor, and then what are his rights we will discuss and what are his duties we will be knowing it in the contract of bailment. That in the next class I will start. We will continue it.